Hi guys. So I'm going to do a Q&A today, answering some of the questions that you guys have left me to answer. So I get my phone. I'm filming on John's phone so that I can use my phone for the questions. And it's a really dark and dreary day today, and so I'm kind of struggling with the light. If I put these lights on that I usually use like for filming overhead, it like blasts me out of light, and if I put the overhead light on, it's just like an awful shadowy glare thing, so I'm not winning on the light front today. Anyhow, let's crack on. So I'm going to go for the Facebook group first. I'm not going to say names of who asked me these questions because it doesn't really matter, and when it comes to Instagram, I don't always know like their handles rather than names, and I don't want to butcher anyone's name. So let's crack on. I've said that twice now, so we really should crack on. I'm interested in where you see the future direction of Mrs. Brimble's going. What kinds of products do you hope to make, etc.? Well, it's I don't really know what the future of Mrs. Brimble's now. I used to have, like, I had different ambitions pre having children, and I guess I'm kind of the place that I'm at in my life, like being a mum and being a home educating mum. I only work part-time, and so the place I'm at in my life is like keeping Brimbles ticking by and doing as much as I can on it, as well as like doing the stay-at-home home educating mum stuff. And I know that my involvement with that won't be like forever, or won't be as in depth. Like the older she gets, the more independent and self-study she'll be able to do, and then I'll be able to perhaps like do more on the business or what have you. So at the moment I don't envisage the business changing. I hope that I will still continue to be in business. I know it's an ever changing market and it's becoming more and more competitive all the time. And so yeah, I just hope that I can cling on. I hope that I can cling on and still keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully I can still keep producing products and artwork that you guys like and will want to buy, and that's all I'm hoping for at the moment, is just to carry on, carrying on. So yeah, I don't really have any like future plans per se. I think I just got to kind of take it as it goes. In terms of products, I don't know. I feel like I haven't released any new products for a while, but then equally I don't know what products I could release. So my business now is a lot smaller than it used to be, so I don't get anything produced outside anymore. When a couple of years ago, before having children, my business was a lot bigger, and I used to get a lot of things manufactured outside. Now everything that we produce is in-house, so it kind of basically needs to be things that I can produce in-house, or if it's externally, things that have a very low minimum order quantity, because it's hitting the minimum order quantity that is a problem. But I'd love to be able to produce like my own stamps and my own like wooden veneers and enamel dots and washi tape. I'd love to be able to produce all those things, but I don't have the financial I don't have enough money to kind of like invest in buying equipment to be able to make those things, or to be able to kind of like invest in buying a lot of stock. And unfortunately sometimes, like when it comes to buying stock, it's not always very easy to gauge how many to buy. Like in the past I have been seriously burnt by ordering too much of one thing and it just not being anywhere near as popular as I thought it would be, or very rarely actually the other way, like I didn't order enough and it was too popular and then it went out of stock and then people got pissed off with me and went elsewhere, and then they went elsewhere for everything else as well. So yeah, the truth being, like, I don't really know, and I feel like it's probably might be a bad thing to say, but I kind of feel like in some ways at the moment that I'm just trying to survive and get through each day. I'd like to do more, but I only have a day a week. I only have a day a week, and then whatever energy I have of an evening. So realistically, I can't really do that much more. But I'd be very open to hearing people's suggestions about what products I could do, and if you are a manufacturer of stuff, then I'd be really interested in talking to you, because yeah, if you can produce things for me without massive minimum order quantities, then that'd be cool. What do you find the hardest thing about working from home? I work from home and try and ignore it being a home until 5 p.m, but it's very hard to do. Yeah, I totally agree. It has like so many benefits for me though, working from home, because it means like of an evening I can literally just pop in here. I've got my 2 desks set up. So these are only little desks, which is why I've got 2. So this desk here just has like my computer stuff and my admin stuff and planners and things. And this desk here, which you can't see the entirety, is my art desk, and where I like film all my art stuff and where I do arty things. So having it set up is great, because it means that when I do have a spare bit of energy or a spare bit of time, I can nip in here. Now usually John does the bedtime routine, because I spend all day with Littleton, so John does the bedtime routine, which means that I pop in here most evenings and do like half an hour to an hour of tinkering, whether that's like replying to comments or emails or taking photos for social media or stickering up my planner or something like that, or doing a bit of drawing, something. So I find it really convenient popping in, because, and I don't pop in during the day, it's literally of an evening. And then once little one's asleep, that's it, I've clocked off, because I'm just knackered by that point and I want to just sit on the sofa with my book and a cup of tea. On a Friday, because I know that I've literally only got like this one day in which to work, I am actually quite motivated, and I do tend to just knuckle down and get it done. My daughter wakes up ridiculously early. She wakes up anywhere between 5 and 6:30, it varies. And I try and peel myself out of bed and just start cracking on with work, because I know I've only got the one day, so I do find that quite motivating. Before having children, when I used to work from home, that was a kind of like a different story. I would just kind of like procrastinate. I would like have 2 or 3 hour lunches, binge watching Vampire Diaries on Netflix. So yeah, working from home prior was a different case, but yeah, now I've only got the one day. It's amazing how only having like a one day really can focus my attention. Like, I know I've got to get everything done in that one day. So yeah, I do feel for you. It's also like kind of works because like my daughter can pop up and see me, so she's not like away from me for a whole day. And while I'm working, I have someone who brings me tea and cooks me dinner. So that's awesome. But yeah, I guess for you gotta find what works for you. For me, it's like the time pressure, like knowing I have to get things done. This is quite a long paragraph, so I'll tackle each question, like break it down. What things are making you happiest in your life these days? For John and me. Okay, so for me, what makes me happiest is the little things, actually. And I'm at a place in my life where it is the little things that are the big things. Like, I have realised that it's all the little things in life that clump together to make me happy. And for me, it's like, it is taking time to enjoy my cup of tea. And it's spending time with family and spending time in nature, and just getting back to basics. That's what makes me happy, like growing my own vegetables, having woodland walks, having like a little fire and cooking soup on it and toasting marshmallows with the family. It's those little things that make me happy. And if you follow my personal Instagram account, which is The Whimsical Cloud, those are kind of like the photos that I post. And taking photos, I don't always have as much motivation and energy and enthusiasm for my journal anymore, but I still have a creative outlet through my photography. I do take a lot of photos and they make me really happy taking photos. How's it going being back in rings? Back in rings. I'm really enjoying being back in rings. Sorry, I just don't know what to do about the crummy light in here. It is pretty bad. I'm just going to have to battle through. I'm not one of these people with YouTube that feels like everything has to be perfect, because I like to be real. I'm a real person in a room in my house which is crowded with stuff. So this is what you get. I am not one of these people who does these polished vlogs with, and I don't know, I don't mean to criticise fellow YouTubers, but if I see another arty shot of someone pushing the plunger on their cafetiere or pouring coffee, I think I might just cringe. That is not me. I don't do those. I am just little me sitting in a dark, shabby room. I'm enjoying being back in my rings very much. It doesn't go out of the house with me. I don't really have any need for it to be out of the house, but I'm glad I've moved back into rings. I'm enjoying it loads. And yeah, I've been posting some photos recently again. I've started posting photos again this year of my planner pages. I didn't last year because I had a few things going on that I didn't want to share with people. And again, like the photos that I share of my planner pages are my real planner pages. I don't doctor them. And so, yeah, I had a few things like meetings and appointments and things that I didn't want to share with anyone. So I didn't share my planner pages. But yeah, I am really loving it and definitely going to be in it for the rest of the year. I might change my binder because like I love this colour. But when it comes to autumn, I might change it up for my ochre. And when it comes to Christmas, I might change it up for a red. But yeah, definitely loving being back in rings. The Traveller's Notebook was good for a while and I enjoyed that, but love being back in rings. What are your personal interests these days? Are they reflecting in your business plans for the future? My personal interests these days are just like spending time with my family, and I know that she's not going to be little for long, so I'm just kind of like cherishing these days. You know, we waited so many years for her, and so I'm just cherishing spending these years with her. You know, she'll be a grumpy teenager before I know it, and getting out in nature as much as possible, and books. Still love reading my books. Yeah, just living at the moment. Actually, I feel I'm at a place in my life where I just feel very happy and very content with the way we are. You know, I just feel really content, and I've stripped out a lot of crap from my life and sort of gone back to more basics, and I just feel just totally happy with that. So, and I'm just happy with where I am at the moment, and just taking some time to kind of be kind and gentle with myself. Business plans for the future, I kind of covered that. So are they reflecting in your business plans for the future? I guess so, because I am just basically enjoying spending time with my family and while she's young, and not growing the business, really, just trying to keep afloat. When are you moving to Scotland? I would love to move to Scotland, but it's not going to happen in the next few years. For a start, we're tied into our mortgage for another 4 years, but after that, who knows? Maybe. I would still love to, though. So we'll see. How is the allotment coming along? I know it's winter, but have you been back down? No, we haven't been back down. The soil there is, and I've done videos on this over on John's channel, YouTube channel, which is Wholesome Day. The soil down there is such thick, heavy clay. It's horrendous. So we are basically going to be sowing and starting everything off at home and taking it down there when it is fairly substantial size, and just digging the smallest hole that we can and popping it in with a load of compost or soil improver. We have a no dig philosophy anyway, but yeah, we're going to be growing things that are above the ground, and because it's like away from home and it's a bit more tricky to get there. It's not that tricky, but when it's not at home it's more tricky, you know what I mean. So we're going to be growing things that don't require us to be down there loads, that we can just go down there like once or twice a week. And we're thinking of growing like loads of squashes and things like that down there. It's not a huge allotment, but yeah, I do not have a planner for it. Although John has mapped out, he's done like a spreadsheet of what we're going to sow and when and where we're going to plant it, because obviously we've got the beds, the raised beds here at home, as well as the allotment. So he's kind of done that. He's kind of taken charge in the planning of that, and then we will all do like the sowing and the planting and the weeding and harvesting and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to harvesting, that's kind of usually me and Spud, because we go and harvest and then cook. We harvest it when we need to cook it. Ba-ba-bam. Are you going to write a kids book too? I know you had been in the process of that, but the one you sent off sounded more aimed at adults. Yes, the one that I sent off to a publisher, which I haven't heard anything back yet, so I probably should research some other publishers to send to, because I assume that it's been nearly a month and I haven't heard anything. I presume that's like a no. So yes, that was an adult book. It was a memoir that I wrote last year about kind of like turning my life around and simplifying things, stripping it back, finding out what actually makes me happy, and trying to live in a more organic, stress-free, eco, stripped back kind of way. I have written a children's book. I don't know whether I'm like massively happy with it. I have ideas for other children's books as well. The problem I have is, like, as I've said before, is like time and energy, trying to align time with energy as well. And I need to focus on my family and home educating my kid and being with my kid and all that kind of stuff. I need to focus on that, and I need to focus on Mrs. Brimble's The Company, and personal stuff like my writing just kind of has to kind of like fit somewhere in between there. And I think it's going to be a long, hard slog, and so it's probably going to take me a lot of time, because I probably don't have the time to dedicate contacting loads of publishers and things. But yeah, I probably do need to contact some more publishers, because I haven't heard anything, which is a bit of a shame. I contacted Omara Books because they published a book that I really liked the look of, and I'd read and I really enjoyed that book, and I thought it was sort of on a similar vein, so I contacted them. But and I tagged them in loads of stuff on Instagram as well, tried to make a nuisance of myself, and haven't heard anything. So yeah, I probably need to do some more research on publishers and send them off. But yeah, the children's books are on hold, even though I've got loads of ideas floating around in my head and I have already written one. What are you currently reading? Well, as it currently happens, like as of today, nothing, because I finished a book and I haven't started another book yet. I have that kind of book hangover where the book that I read was really, really good, and I'm kind of struggling to kind of pick up another book. But I keep because I read on my Kindle, it's kind of connected to my Goodreads account. So yeah, it's constant. My Goodreads account is always current, so you can see the books I've read this year. I do love reading. What do you enjoy most about planning? I don't do as much planning as people would think I do. I literally just jot things down, like appointments in my planner when I need to, and I jot things down in a to-do list, but I don't really do any forward planning. I'm not really, I don't really have a need to. So yeah, I'm more of a write things down in a to-do list as I go kind of person. What do I enjoy most about planning a planning event? It looks like such hard work. However, I do know that sometimes lots of hard work is super rewarding. Yeah, it is quite hard work. It is a bit stressful. I don't actually enjoy planning the event, but the reason I do it on my own and not in a committee is because I'm a bit of a control freak, and I hate waiting around for other people to do things or make a decision. I kind of prefer to just get on and just organise things, and then I know that it's done in a way that I like it to be or that I want it to be. And yeah, I just can't be doing with the committee thing. But it is a lot of hard work and it is very stressful. But come the day itself, it is very rewarding, because I really enjoy seeing everybody in a community like come together, and I enjoy seeing how everybody gets creative and everything that they pick up and they get from an event. That really warms my heart, and I enjoy meeting people and talking to people. So the event itself is like really, really worthwhile, even if it's a bit stressful to organise. So I'm still trying to organise CAMHS PlannerCon for this year, which will be its 5th year, would you believe? 5th year, wowzers. But I don't know when that's going to be. Typically the event's been in April, but I don't know as it's like almost February, whether I've left it too late, so I might have to do it in the autumn, but we'll see. I am working on it. I am in discussions with a possible new venue. So okay, so let's go on to Instagram now. I would love to know more about your adoption story, and would you like to do it again and grow your family? Now, I did reply to this person and asked what specifically did they want to know about the story, and they said anything you're happy to share. But the trouble with that is it's a very vast topic. I am happy to share information about our adoption or the adoption process to some extent. There is a lot of things that I cannot say because it's confidential to my daughter, but it's a massive topic. So if there's anything specifically that anybody wants to know about, then let me know, and if I can, I will do a separate video on it. But yeah, it's quite a vast kind of thing, really. Would you do it again and grow your family? Yes, we would do it again. What made you decide to home educate? Well, that is quite a complicated question, a complicated answer. It is not straightforward at all. It is multifaceted. But again, that is something that's kind of personal to my daughter and our family and the circumstances around that. So that's one thing that I won't be going into. So someone else asked a bit more about homeschooling, and I was like, anything specific? The planning side, how you decide what to teach, how long you do it for, etc. Now we try to do more of the unschooling or the child-led version. That being said, my daughter does really like structure and to know what she's doing every day, and because she is still quite young, she doesn't always know what she wants to do. So the way I do it really is that I find something that she's interested in, and then we just pick up on that subject and we roll with it. I mean, children do love to learn, and all children like to learn in their own unique way, so it's finding ways that kind of work for your child. Like my daughter really loves maths, and she loves using her maths apps, and she'll do that at random points in the year. We don't have any structure to our days whatsoever. We do what we feel is right for us on that particular day. So if it's a grey, miserable day and we're all feeling really tired, then me and the kid will stay in our pyjamas and we'll snuggle in bed, and she'll do maths on her iPad, or we'll get books and we'll read, and we'll do that. Other times, like, we've both got like loads of motivation and loads of ideas, so we'll do like loads of craft projects or loads of research or whatever. So we don't have particularly a set schedule, we don't have a set structure. Every day is different. It depends on what kind of mood and how much energy we've got on that particular day or whatever. So nothing is particularly planned, although I do have some, like, I do have things in my arsenal to kind of bring to the table. I have a Twinkle subscription, which has been really useful for us. So at the moment she wanted to do things to earn badges. So we're earning paw print badges at the moment, which are great. Anyone can do those. Paw print badges. And so like this week we've been learning about Chinese New Year because she wanted to earn the year of the rat badge, and before that she wanted to earn her astronaut badge. So we were doing space themed stuff, but basically I ask her, I'm like, what do you want to do now? Or like the paw print badges, I'm like, which of these badges would you like to do? And yeah, she'll say the Chinese New Year badge, so we'll learn about that or whatever. So yeah, I don't plan stuff on my own, because it's not, I am learning with her, but it's not my learning. I'm not going to force that on her. I want her to be in control of her own learning, and want her to learn what she wants to learn about, because that's what makes it successful. I'm not going to sit there and preach and tell her about the Victorians if she really wants to learn about dinosaurs, because it's not going to work, you know. But there are some core things that we do like maths. Like I tend to, in a day, we tend to do a bit of maths, but she does that off her own back usually because she enjoys it. There tends to be like a bit of reading, maybe a bit of handwriting in there, and then something else like craft or science or history or geography or whatever it is, you know. It's all just kind of jumbled in, and then we go to different groups and things as well, so we get different things and different learning from different groups. But yeah, it's not really planned or structured. And how long we do it for, that just varies as well, like when she's gone off of that subject, or when we feel like, or when when she feels like she's done enough, you know, because at the end of the day she's still young. And space, for example, we'll probably swing back round to that, you know, like several times. So would you be able to indicate how old your little girl is? I understand the privacy issue, just curious, as sometimes I think she must be about 5, then her hands seem as though she's a bit older. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how old she is, just because that is a potential other sort of like indicator of identification. She is school age. She is in infant school, Key Stage 1, which I think in America is kindergarten, I think. But she is small for her age. She is small, so she probably does look small. She is small. If you were an art product, what would you be? That, I think, has got to be the hardest question ever. I think, just looking at my desk and what I'm drawn to and what I use a lot, I think I would have to be a mint coloured Posca paint pen, because I love my Posca paint pens. I use them a lot, and this is my favourite colour. Yes, this would be it, I think. Mint and teal are my favourite colours, so I'd probably be anything that's mint and teal, mint or teal. So there we go, guys. Thank you for asking me a question. Yeah, sorry, there's some things I can't go into, but obviously you guys understand that when it comes to adoption, there are things that I just can't tell you for keeping her safe and secure. But yeah, I'm happy to answer questions. Just let me know. I'm going to go now before it reaches the half an hour mark. Thanks, guys. Bye.